I've played guitar for more than 40 years, and today I'm going to show you how to play a hidden gem from Lynyrd Skynyrd's second helping called I Need You. Thank you for coming by to learn another great Skynyrd tune with me here on the couch, and boy do we have a good one for you today. Thanks to Brian, who was the most recent of several suggestions for I Need You. As always, I appreciate all of your requests, comments, and support more than you could possibly know. Today's song has been enjoying a newfound popularity after showing up in several viral video shorts and reaction videos. An underrated song for certain, but on an album jam-packed with timeless hits. Stick with me after the lesson. We'll talk more about the song, the band, and a whole lot more. For now, let's jump right in and learn that tasty intro riff. Our song today is in standard tuning. It's a little bit different from a lot of the songs we do. A lot of times the rhythm of a song will be the easy part, and then the solo is kind of tricky, getting that all down right. This song's almost the opposite of that. The solo is relatively easy, or all the leads in the song is relatively easy, but the rhythm guitar is more difficult. And I think that has to do with Ed King writing the song and being the primary rhythm player on the song. So I'm going to start by showing you the lead, the solo that kicks off the intro, which is what you hear most, and then we'll go back and we'll talk about the rhythm parts too. The solo starts on the 7th fret of the D. That's going to be your first note there, and you can slide into that. I don't specifically hear that. Most of the tabs show a slide. I'm not sure. I go back and forth. Sometimes I think I hear it, sometimes I don't. But if you want to slide up from 5 to 7 on the D string, that's fine. And then you're going to play a lot of vibrato here. It's going to be Gary Rossington probably playing the leads, and he's big into vibrato after almost every lead. Also some pinch harmonics, but not quite as much as normal for him. But after that first note there, which is an A note actually, you're going to play it again. That's the next part of the lick. So it goes right from 7 on the D to 5 on the G. And then we're going to bend up 7, write it back down, back to 5 on the G. We're going to catch 8 over here on the B string with our pinky. So, and then we come back into the bend on 7. So we're going to bend up 7 there, and that's almost kind of a unison bend because you still have the note ringing on 8 of the B with your pinky. Then we go back to 7 on the G, and we're going to start it pre-bent. So we're going to bend it about a step, play it, and then write it down. And then you go to 5. wind up back at 7 on the G, but there's a little bit of a rhythm to it there. So right after that, we're going to go up here to 13. We're going to bend it up, and then we're going to play 10, and that's on the B string both. So far we have. There's kind of a definite up and down on the bend there on 13 of the B before you hit 10. After that, you're going to come back down to 7 on the G, and it's a real quick bend up, ride down, let off, pull off to 5, and then go to 7 on the D. And then that A on the D string there at 7 rings for a little bit. So the next lick is this. So that is just 5 to 7 on the D, 5 to 7 on the G, and then we slide to 9. So right after you play 7, just slide to 9. Then we go to the B string, 8 and 10, we in there, and then you have. So that next lick is. That's a hammer on from 8 to 10 on the B and pull off back to 8. And then we go right to 9 on the G, 7 on the G, 5 on the G, and we end at 7 on the G. That's the next lick. So you can either play it all. There's 4 notes there total, 1 at 5 and 3 on the 7th fret of the G string. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4 total. If you would rather hammer on, you could probably do that and just pick it twice. I normally pick the whole thing. And that's how it finishes. It's 5 on the B, 5 on the G, 7 on the D. Next we have this. So that is a, it's kind of a unison bend, but it's on both the 8th fret of the B and the E. And I'm going to use my ring finger and my pinky because I'm also going to be playing notes up here with my index finger. So I use these other 2 fingers to start with just for added strength. We're going to bend that B string up a full step, and when you do that, the E string bends up a little bit too, and it should, and that's okay. We want to bend about a full step on the B. It's going to be less than that on the E, of course. There's a little bit of time. It's almost like a double bend. It's almost imitating like a B bender on a telly maybe. And then that's the second part. So it's another bend. Whether you just play the B string or whether you play the B and the E doesn't really matter there. So it's bend up on the B string at 8, go to 5 on the B string, and then back to 8. That's the whole first part of it. Second part is this. So we're going to bend up 8 on the B. We're going to catch 8 on the E string. Ride the 8th fret back down on the B string. And then we wind up at 5 on the B. And then we have. So slide up to 11 on the G. That's 10 on the E. We're going to hit it 3 times. Then we're going to bend up 13 on the B. We pull off to 10. From 13 we pull off to 10, but then we also play it. Like that. Then we have this kind of an odd little lick. So the first one is 8 of the B. We bend up 10, about a step. We go back to 8, and then we just play 10 unbent. Then we play 8 on the B and then 8 on the E. So that whole little lick is this. Then we go back to, which is real close to what we played earlier, but I'm just picking the whole thing. If you wanted to do the hammer on and pull off, you could. That's how we did it earlier. 8 to 10 to 8 on the B. 9 on the G. 7, 5, back to 7. And then the last note of this little solo is, or the last lick of this little solo is this. So we're going to bend up and down real quick on 7 of the G. And then we go 5, 7, 5. And then you got to jump down to 5 on the D. So that's a little weird when you jump from one string to the other at the same fret. I know that's a little bit unusual, not horribly so, but. And we wind up back there at 7. And then at 7 on the D as that's ringing out, which is an A note, the rhythm guitar is going to hit that A chord. So let's talk about our rhythm guitar. The intro, the verse, and the chorus are all very similar, but all have slight differences. The intro is probably the least, I don't want to say complicated, but the least involved maybe. So we're going to start with an A minor chord. We're going to go to a C, then to a D. Then we have, what that is, this is really more of a D sus chord because I'm not playing this E string. So if you just want to play it as a D sus, that's fine. After you played the D, take your index finger off and you're going to play it, hammer on to 2 of the G string and then back off. Then we're going to go to the 3rd fret of the A string, which is a C note. And then back to the A minor. So far we have then we have this little tail. So that's a stab on the A minor to the D, C note on the A string with 3rd fret, B note on the A string 3rd fret, and then back to the A minor. So you're going D, C, B, A. Second time through, we're going to go to the C again. There's not a whole lot of walking up yet. That starts the 3rd time through, I think. And then the D, same thing. Our tail is different though. It's going to be. So D's, and then that's just like a quick hit on open on the D, G, and B strings. And then back to the A minor. Next time through, we're going to walk up to the C. Open 2, 3 on the A. We're going to finger the C chord, but we're going to need that hammer on there, so it's that is the D and the G open, hammering on to 2 of the D, and then back to open, and then the C note. So it's and then the D sus. This time, after this 3rd time, when we get to this little part, we're going to go. So that is just open on the A, 2 on the D and G, and then we're going to go. That's 4, 5, 4, 5. Back to the 4, 2. That's all on the D string. Slight pull down on 3 on the A. And that puts us into our A minor. going to go back quietly to a C, the D sus, back to the A minor, and this time our tail is going to be, so that's 2, 3 on the A, open D, 3, 2, back to the A minor, and this is where it starts to. So that's just playing the A string open, 2 on the D, 2 on the G, letting it ring with that tremolo effect. Right after the 4th time, there's a real quick hammer-on, which I think is the other guitar. Hammer-on to 3 on the E, and then open A. And that puts you right back into this little A arpeggio. Play it 3 more times, and then it kind of ends abruptly there, and that's going to put us into our verse, which we'll talk about right after this. BB and I want to thank you for watching today. If you like what you see here, please give us a thumbs up below and subscribe to our channel. Let me know in the comments if you have a guitar song that you'd like to learn, and I'll try to learn it and make it a tutorial here on the channel. We are grateful for the gratuities that you've left us over on our Buy Me a Coffee page. Link is in the description. Also, there is a link to our new merch page, riffsfromthecouch.com. You can support our channel there by purchasing t-shirts, stickers, the Boss Katana Mark II tone patches used in this very video, and so much more coming soon. Everybody wins. Thanks again for your time and support. Let's jump right back into our song. So our verse is going to up the ante a little bit as far as being a little bit more involved, but there is a specific pattern that it follows through. I think the thing to remember about all of this, whether it's the intro, the verse, or the chorus, is that it's all played very loose. I don't want to say sloppy because it's not really sloppy, but it's just kind of a very loose, relaxed feel, and the exact notes that are hit are up for interpretation, I guess. I'll put it that way. So the verse starts out with that same A minor. We're going to hit it again. It always walks up to the C. It's going to be the same chords in the same order. So the A minor. We got that same hammer-on pull-off on the C the same way. Go to the B or the D. So the first time through is just like the first time through in the intro. So the stab on the A minor, the D, and then walk down 3, 2 on the A to the A minor. The second time it's a little bit different. It starts out the same. So that time our tail was just a little bit different. We've got that stab on the A minor, and then we're going to go up here. If you were playing an A minor 7, the way to do that is you just pull your ring finger off. So that's an A minor 7. We're going to take that north by 1 full step or 2 frets. So we're going to go up to, my index finger is on 3 of the B string. The G string is open, and my middle finger is on the 4th fret. 3 of the B, 4 of the D, G is open. So stab the A minor, and then we go up to that chord, whatever it is, back to the A minor. So that's our second time through. Our third time through is different yet again. It's going to start the same. And here's our tail on this one. Something like that. It's a D, a C, and then back to the A minor. But when we get back to this A minor, we're going to go. So the third time through is going to start like this. So far, everything's still the same. There's that little walk back down before we go to the D. So A minor, walk up to the C. We're going to do our hammer on like normal, but when we pull back off, that is going to be the D that starts our C, B, A walk back down. So a hammer on, pull off, I got that open D string there, that sounds, and then 3 on the A, 2 on the A, open on the A. And that takes me to the D. And then we have this. And that's going to transition us into the chorus. So that little ditty there, the third time through, we're going to arpeggiate the A minor. We're going to go 5, 4, 3, 2, 3, 4. And then from that A minor, I'm going to take my ring finger and I'm going to move it up to the 3rd fret of the E string, but I'm leaving this finger and this finger alone. They're not going anywhere. So I hit that G note there at the 3rd fret of the E, and then I go back to the D string. I'm going to play 4, 3, 2, 3, 4. Now I need to go to this F sharp note on the 2nd fret of the E string. I wrap my thumb around to get that. If you wanted to play it with your index finger and use your other fingers to fret the D sus, for me it's just easiest to wrap the thumb over. It's the 2nd fret of the E string, and then you play the G string and the B string of that D sus. Go down 1 fret on the E, and then play the same 2, the G and the B. Then back to the A. Then it goes to a D and back to the A minor. And that starts us into the chorus. And right after you hit that A minor at the chorus, starts the walk up for the C for the chorus. The D. So after we get back to our A minor, when we're going through the chorus, so once we get back to that A minor, we're going to go to a C, to a D, and that's just kind of open. We go through that twice. And that takes us into our next lead fill, or kind of another little mini guitar solo before we start our next verse. So our mini solo starts here on 15 of the B. We're going to bend it up and then come to rest at 14 of the G string with some vibrato. Then we're going to bend up 15 on the E twice. And we wind up at 13 on the B string with some vibrato. Then we're going to do this. So we're going to bend up the 15th fret of the B, catch the E string at 15 with our pinky, ride that bend back down, and then a hammer on from 13 to 15 of the B string. And then we have this lick. So that is 15 to 13 on the B, back to 15, 14 on the G, back to 13 on the B, and then we're going to slide from 12 to 14 on the G. So far we have the next lick is this. So that is a big bend up on the 15th fret of the E, light bend up on 13 of the B, and then a big bend and a slow ride back down on 14 of the G. Then we have, that's a slide up to 14 on the G. We're going to go to 13 of the B, 15 of the B, which we're going to bend up. We're going to catch 15 of the E with our pinky, hit 15 of the B again, ride that bend back down. Go back to 13 of the B, and then we're going to bend 15 of the E up. The next we have this. So that is 15 to 12 on the E, and then we're going to bend up 15 on the B, back to 12 on the E, and then 15, 14 on the B, back to 15. And then we have the lick that we did earlier. That's 15 to 13 to 15 to 14 on the G, back to 13 on the B, and then the slide from 12 to 14. Then after a little pause, we go into our next verse and chorus, which were just like the previous verses and chorus. Then we start our main guitar solo. So when the guitar solo starts, the rhythm guitar changes up. It becomes a little bit more airy. It starts with a minor. Then we're going to hit just the A string open, and we're going to slide from 3 to 5 on the B and the D strings. And I do that with hybrid picking. So I'm plucking down on the D string at the same time I'm using my middle finger to pluck up on that B string. So then we're going to go to a C, hit the 3rd fret of the A string, same slide. Next one is a, it's like the D sus chord, but I'm also going to take my ring finger, I'm going to put it on the 4th fret of the D string. Then I'll hit that 4th fret of the D, and I'm going to slide from 5 to 7 on those same 2 strings, the B and the D. Then I have 2 chords, and then this little walk down, and then back to it. So those chords, the first one is this, and that is my ring finger is on the 10th fret of the B string, my middle finger is on the 10th fret of the D, and my index is on the 9th fret of the G string. So that's chord 1. Chord 2, we're going to go down a step, but we're going to switch these fingers. I'm going to keep my index finger on 7 of the G, middle finger goes to 8 of the B, and my ring finger goes to 9 of the D. So that's the second one. And then, so that's again the hybrid picking on the B string and the D string, 7, 5, and then when we get here, I'm going to switch up. I'm going to go to 3 on the B, but 4 on the D. Then back to that A minor. Beginning of the guitar solo starts like this. That is a bend up on 15 of the E string. Come down, play it again, go to 12. And then another bend up on the E at 15. Then we have, that is 15 to 12 on the E, 15 on the B, 12 on the E, 13 on the B, and 14 on the G. Then we're going to slide up to 14 on the G, and we're going to go to 13 on the B, and we're going to play it 3 times. We're going to bend up 15, come back down to 13, and then 15 again. Then we have that lick like we've had before. Had that earlier in the little mini solo. So that is 15, 13, 15 on the B, 14 on the G, 13 on the B, and then slide 12 to 14 on the G. Next we have this. So we start out, we're borrowing 3 of the E and the B, and we're going to hammer on. We play those 3s, but we're going to hammer on to 5 of the E. Next time we're going to play it again, but we're going to hammer on to 5 and come back to 3. And then we're going to play 5 on the B and the G. And then we're going to slide down from 7 to 5 on the D and G. So it's... Then we have... So that is a bend up on 7 of the G string. We're going to hit 8 of the E, so we're skipping a string. And then we're going to come back down, pull off to 5 and back to 7. We're going to do it again, but we're going to come back down to 7 on the D. And then we have hammer on from 5 to 7 on the G, and then we come to rest at 7 on the D with some vibrato. That is 3 hits on the B string at 8, to 9 on the G, back to 8 on the B, to 10 on the B. We're going to bend it up a full step and ride it back down. Then we have, that's 10 to 8 on the B, 9 to 7 on the G, and then 10 to 7 on the D. Next lick is this. Slide up to 7 on the D, and then we're going to bar 5 on the G and B, and we're going to play them 2 times each. Coming back to 7 on the D. Next we have some licks similar to the ones that we had in the opening. We start at 8 and 10. So the first one is 8 to bend 10, and then 8 to 10 flat, and then 8 to 8 on the E. That's on the B string, by the way. So 8 on the B, bend up 10 on the B, 8, 10 on the B flat, 8 on the B, 8 on the E, and then we go back to 10 on the B, back to 8 on the B, and then we're going to go to 8 on the E, but we're going to slide to 10. And then back to 8 and 10 on the B. And then we're going to drop down and do a bend up on 7 of the G. Write it down, pull off to 5, and then go to 7 on the D. And And that's how it ends. So as soon as you hit that 7 on the D, you're going to go 4, 5, 7 on the G. Back to 7 on the G. And then we're going to bend up 7 on the G real slow. So after the main solo, we're going to go back into one of the interludes, or kind of the bridge section. This time he starts singing. He starts another abbreviated verse and chorus, but he starts it on that. So we're going to go from arpeggiating that A chord into our C. And at the same time, in the background, we've got another guitar playing more arpeggiated chords, I believe. But we're going to stick with that kind of thing like we've learned so far. But then our tails are going to be more like the chorus. Something more like this. So then when it goes into the chorus, it's more the airy type chorus. And then it's always a slide down from 5 to 3, but we want to split our fingers here because we're going to wind up on 3 on the B and 4 on the D. So just much more of a slide. But it continues on with that kind of feel and thing until the song fades out. The lead guitar, a couple places there throughout the song, you'll also hear him playing just the 2nd fret of the G string, or the 10th fret of the B string. That happens a lot and happens throughout the outro as well, as the other guitars are playing the chords. So that's the song, that's how it goes. Hopefully it's been beneficial to you. As the second track on Second Helping, I Need You was eclipsed by the album's lead track, which just happened to be Sweet Home Alabama. And not only that, but the other songs on the album, Don't Ask Me No Questions, Working for the MCA, The Ballad of Curtis Lowe, Swamp Music, The Needle and the Spoon, and Call Me the Breeze, have all become well-known classic rock radio staples over the years. So relatively speaking, I Need You had some real serious competition for airplay. Here we find ourselves 52 years later, and I Need You has finally become a hit in its own right, but primarily through and due to social media. A couple of interesting things I found out while researching this song. One is that Leon Wilkerson did not play bass on the track. Ed King played both guitar and bass. For whatever reason, it's also the only song on the record that Bob Burns did not play drums on. A studio musician named Mike Porter was brought in to play on just this one song. In previous Skynyrd tutorials I've done here on the channel, I've marveled at the number of hits contained on the band's first 2 albums, especially Second Helping. That's not to detract from Nothing Fancy, Give Me Back My Bullets, or Street Survivors. All 3 fantastic albums and all 3 produced hits, just not as fruitfully as the first 2. I can't help but think that just about any band would be considered a success if their entire career produced as many hits as Second Helping did. Of course, Lynyrd Skynyrd was the exception and not the rule, and that's at least partially why we love them. As this old world just keeps getting weirder, a warm slice of Lynyrd Skynyrd Southern Rock Americana always hits the spot and warms my heart. I Need You at its core is really an encouraging Southern rock love song. If you're familiar with this channel, you know that I always try to relate a spiritual message to end our videos on. The very first lines of this song say, "Ain't no need to worry, Ain't no use to cry. For me, that brings to mind the verses in which Jesus says, who through worrying can add 1 cubit to their stature or a single moment to their life? If by worrying you can't do something so simple, why would you worry about the rest? One of my favorite verses in the entire Bible is Joshua 1:9, and in it God says, have not I commanded thee? Be not afraid, neither be thou dismayed, for the Lord thy God is with thee whithersoever thou goest. We all go through difficult and sometimes horrible times, things that cause us to worry about the future. But if you're His, God is your refuge and strength and a very present help in times of trouble. Familiar music, a great song from a band like Skynyrd, and other distractions might provide us with some level of comfort, but God's Holy Spirit is literally known as the Comforter, and He testifies of Jesus. As I do every week, I'd also, of course, encourage you to pick Jesus. I'd encourage you to seek Him out with all of your heart. Jesus saves, and there is nothing that I can teach you that is more important than that. Seek Him in prayer, seek Him in His Word, seek Him in fellowship with other godly Christian people that you may know. All of us have sinned and come short of the glory of God. His Word says that none of us is righteous, not a single one. The bad news is that the wages of sin is death, but the good news is that the gift of God is eternal life through Jesus Christ our Lord. God so loved the world that He gave His only begotten Son, that whosoever believeth in Him shall not perish, but shall have everlasting life. If you confess with your mouth the Lord Jesus and believe in your heart that God raised Him from the dead, you will be saved. Thank you so much for watching. I sincerely appreciate each and every one of you, and I sincerely do hope to see you back again soon, right here on the couch.
Just seeing people get up and put their hands together for a song that you wrote, to me, that's what it's all about. That's what makes me keep going back.